Hi there, welcome to the HTM buddy build of the USS Reliant. My name is Ken with Ken's Hobby Bench.
And I'm Jordan with a line in the stars. Oh, buddy, we are what? This is what? Number 14. 14 weeks. Like, wow.
We're
We're like,
going.
we're going, man. We're in the middle of this. And like, primer is down. I got some LEDs actually installed. Do you have some LEDs installed? Like, things are happening, man. Like, even for like a little bit of slowdown as we're waiting for Cass to get us parts, things are still happening. So, want to recap what we got done last week?
Sure, you go ahead first.
All right, sweet. Well, I got all my primer done. So, I like to when I'm lighting up a model, I tend to throw a ton of light in there, and so I've learned my lesson over time. I like to do a flat black primer as my base for everything. We're going to go ahead and throw a gray primer over the top of this before we base coat it. So, not too worried about the darkness, but I basically took care of the well, these have already been taken care of, but took care of the little whatever these are for the front of the nacelles, and then went ahead and got all of my trenching done for my wires and all of the light blocking on the roll bar taken care of, and then got my photon torpedo launchers and nav beacon installed. That's what I got done last week. How about you?
Last week I was pretty much strictly working on these nacelles here. I got my holes cut in here for the spotlights, and I got my, I made a couple lighthouse type LEDs using just regular like 3 mil LEDs that will fit right in here just fine, just
Sweet.
like that. So, and then put in my the hole here back here for the light in the rear. So I tried to leave the like a little rim around each one
Mm-hmm.
for kind of like a mounting housing kind of thing. That's kind
Right.
of mostly what I got done last week. So what are you going to be
Nice.
working on this week?
Um, for me, there's not much else I can do on the roll bar. Outside of like maybe planning a little bit of the side portions of where the roll bar and the nacelles meet up with the saucer, but I kind of just want to wait for the vents. And so what I'm going to be doing is getting my nacelles at least partially taken care of. So I'm going to go ahead and pull off this tape and then see how all of my putty and tape work. Looks like I need to do a little bit more putty work around the outside there. So kind of readdress some of the issues around here, probably do a little bit more sanding. But then I'm going to go ahead and glue up. I want to glue mask my chiller grills, and then I want to go ahead and paint them their color. I need to determine what color that we're going to be painting those, and then paint them the color that need to be done, and then remask them. And then I want to go ahead and install on the side that doesn't have the chiller grill, right down here at the bottom of the nacelle. I want to go ahead and install my cob, my LED for the chiller grills. And I want to go ahead and test out my light blocking, see if everything worked out. So that's going to be the plan for this week. How about you?
It sounds like I'm going to be following in your footsteps, actually. Again, I'm
Nice.
going to continue working on my nacelles here. So again, I'm going to be trying to install as many lights as I can to kind of get started, including my Raytheon lights if I can. Um,
Cool.
and you know what? I did discover when I was doing my video that these halves don't really line up too well just using the alignment pegs. But when you do put this front, whatever this is,
Yeah,
this part
whatever
is,
that is. Yeah.
then it does actually fix the problem quite a bit. And just looking at this one here, it's not really offset at the rear now anymore.
Now looks great.
So, yeah, so mostly, setting up for lights. I'll probably do the same as you, removing this here. A, because I'm curious, and B, to, yeah, start, I might do the glue thing like you're going to do as well. And that's what Will did as well.
Yeah.
And there's also the tape way of doing it as well. So I don't know which way I'm going to do. I might do one of each just to give people an
Cool.
option if they're following along.
That's awesome.
So that's what I'm kind of doing. I know I'm gonna have to put an extra light back here to hold off until we get the our new fin parts.
Yep.
So from Cass, and that brings me to the segue of this build is brought to you by Lake Monster Detail by Cass. So
So
thank you
cool.
very much, Cass.
Yeah.
And for those of you who have been to Lake Monster Detail, they have an awesome selection of Starship parts. And Jordan and I, we were talking about that right before we started recording this, didn't we?
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. Like I hadn't been on Cass's website in a minute. Not sorry, Cass, but hadn't been there in a minute. And you can see why he's been a busy man. He's been doing some things, and he's added quite a few new items to the website. Yeah, like the thing that's kind of got my eye right now, and we'll go ahead and throw the website down in the description of our videos. LakeMonsterDetails.com is going to be the website. The thing that's got my eye is the Nebula class USS Phoenix variant.
I know.
I kind of need that. Like getting a 1400 scale Enterprise D, you can get one of those like in a local hobby shop. You don't have to go look for that. Like that's easy. I kind of need to build this. I really kind of need to build this. What you were pointing out, what was it? The anchors? Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
he's got new. If you look at them, there's just two anchors sitting on a penny, and they are
yeah,
like smaller than Lincoln's head.
yeah.
And they're for the Hobby Boss 1700 Titanic, which could also be done up as the Olympic or the Britannic, and like $7 for two little anchors. Like, yeah,
That's
um,
crazy.
yeah.
He's also got the clear for the 420 scale Defiant. He's got a set of like proper resin pieces for the rear portion of the nacelles and all of the clear lighted parts, along with a couple other different like little resin pieces. So he's been doing some stuff. And if you guys are following along with this build specifically, all the things that we're going to be that we're working on are going to make their way onto the site. But the first thing that is on there is going to be the 4 RCS thrusters instead of the 8 that he was normally selling. He's now selling them as a 4-pack for the Miranda class, which is very cool.
At $6, awesome deal.
Yeah, it's $4 US. So if you're in Canada, $6, and then that's so funny. Or $4 US plus shipping. So yeah, and he's also got some decal sets. We have the Enterprise B and the Lakota for the Excelsior, and that's going to be the 1000 scale Excelsior. He's got the decal and accent sets for $20. Well, that'd probably be what, 24 for you?
Let me see. 28.
28. Okay,
20.
so yeah, it's only 20. Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, but there's also a bunch of other stuff here as well. So he's got I definitely recommend you check out the website. So lakemonsterdetails.com. There's a lot of cool stuff on here. And so yeah. Wow. Thanks for pointing that back out. Like I hadn't been on the site in a minute.
Yeah. Yeah, so definitely check them out. Worth a look. And then if you want to build one of these sweet looking Reliants, feel free to keep an eye on his site for when all these parts come out.
Indeed. All right, man. Well, I think it's time for us to get to building this week. What's funny is we started in basically the same spot. We diverged, and we've kind of made it back. It's just kind of how it winds up when we're building the same model. Who'd have thought we're going to be working on the same thing? So good luck to you this week. Really looking forward to seeing what you get done.
Well, thanks, Jordan. I look forward to seeing your progress too.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Line of the Stars. I'm Jordan, and we're here today, as you can see, doing a little bit of work on the nacelles, as I was saying here in the beginning. So, as you can see here, a little ASMR to begin. I'm peeling off the tape from the primer on the outside, and what I'm doing, or I'll preface to say what I'm attempting to do right now is basically go through and use Elmer's school glue to mask off the chiller grills. Now, if you have paid attention, to how the chiller grills look on the refit era, the movie era nacelles. Basically, the entire thing is blacked out except for the grills themselves. Now, I don't have a tape mask, a masking tape cutter where it's basically, I think this is like 0.7 millimeters wide for each grill. And so I was watching Will's video and he used this technique and it seemed to work for him just well. And so before we get into the results of this, basically what I'm doing here is I'm just basically running through and running some glue up each one of the chiller grills. Now, this is a bit of a process, but one that goes fairly quick once you've kind of gotten the hang of it. Now, I've already done the top nacelle, as you can see up there, and I'm just using PVA or Elmer school glue, basically. And I went through and kind of watered it down a little bit because it was a little thick for just putting it directly into the chiller grill. And so basically what I did is I just watered it down a little bit inside of my dispensing bottle and running down each one of the chiller grills. Now, one of the things that we're going to do is I'm going to use, as we kind of jump ahead a little bit here, I am using a makeup sponge applicator to basically wipe off the excess and just leave the glue sitting in the chiller grills. Now, this wound up working out just fine. And after everything dried, I just went over the top of the chiller grills with some IPA and cleaned that up just to go ahead and get it all together. So, or get it all wiped down, so to say. And so just leaving behind the glue inside to cure up, I added like probably 3 layers of this and then let it dry overnight before going on and getting it into the paint booth, as you can see here. Now, obviously, just getting it painted, one of those things where, it's not a super complicated process. You can just see here for a couple of seconds that I'm basically going through, just getting it painted using the XF2 flat black and basically painted over the top. It's really kind of hard to tell the difference where I've painted versus where the primer is, and that actually kind of makes me pretty happy. Overall, to me, it sprayed really, really well, and I was very happy with it. And so I was able to get both chiller grills taken care of, as you can see here. Now, after letting it dry for overnight, I went through and I started recording, and I realized, one, that I never hit record, and two, things have happened. I started peeling up the chiller grill itself, as you can see here. And overall, like, I could tell that it would work just fine, but I also, in the process, basically completely pulled up all the paint. I didn't seal this in. And I got to be honest, the school glue did not work the way I wanted it to. I probably should have just used some masking solution. I've got the Eptilon masking solution, and I should have used that. And so I'll show you what it looks like. We'll go ahead and zoom in a little bit here. I'm going to need to go ahead and do something I haven't done in a very long time and soak this in some IPA and strip off the paint and start over. So what I was doing, and if there's a better technique for this, please let me know. Like, what I'm going to do for this next time is basically I am going to get the masking tape template, and we're going to just put masking tape down each one of those so that doesn't happen. I'll make sure to put my clear coat over the top, yada yada yada. But once you get the piece removed, then you're able to just kind of very easily run through here and kind of pick it up. And for the sake of demonstration, of course, this one came up really nice. But yeah, this one did come up really nice. Up until it didn't. And that's the thing, like, there's been parts where it hasn't wanted to come up nice, and when it doesn't want to come up nice, it basically, it pulls up the paint from the outside, and it's a mess. So instead of trying to go any further and possibly damaging the chiller grills, what I'm going to go ahead and do is soak these in IPA, something I haven't done in a very long time. But I'm going to go ahead and soak these in IPA, get all the paint stripped off, and start back over again. And we will reapproach next time. As you know, like I said, I don't even know if I want to do it next time. Like, this was kind of discouraging, if I'm being real. So word of advice: seal it in, use tape, don't use glue. I learned something here also as well. I need to go through and do a little bit better job of sanding, getting this puttied and blended in. So it's probably for the best that this wound up happening back here at the back of both ends. I realized I hadn't quite taken care of that. So maybe jumped ahead a little bit for this week, and I kind of keep falling a little bit behind Ken. As we are getting close to Wonderfest, and I'm desperately trying to finish up the rest of the models that I'm bringing to the competition. So appreciate the patience for that as you guys are waiting for content to come out. But that's what I got for you today. And what I had for you today was a lesson. Don't do what I just did. For all the fancy recording, don't do what I just did. I've learned, and we're going to have to start that over again. So that's what I got for you guys today, and I just want to say thank you. Make sure you check out Ken's, I'm all zoomed in here, so make sure you check out Ken's Hobby Bench. You check out his videos, as he's doing a much better job of kind of keeping moving forward. And of course, thank you to Will over at the Ensign's Chair and Cass at Lake Monster Details for sponsoring this build. Wouldn't be here without you guys, and we really appreciate it. So that's what I got for you guys today, and I just want to say thank you. I know that there was a million things y'all could have done today. Instead, you spent a couple minutes with me watching me mess up a model, and I think that's pretty damn cool. If you guys have any questions or comments, tips, tricks, please leave them down below. Like to support the channel, please like and subscribe. And my friends, until we see each other again, I hope you all have a wonderful day in this beautiful world we happen to be. And just remember that you don't want to be left